Welcome everyone. Today we are going to discuss Amazon Simple Storage Service, also known as S3. It was also discussed in our previous uh, discussions and video lessons. What is S3? But to clear your funda and clear your concept, let me reiterate it once more. S3 is nothing but your storage service. Consider it as your laptop's hard disk where you store your data, files, videos, songs, PDFs, docs, etc. Right? Let's say you are using a USB stick on your laptop or on your desktop. So what can you do from that USB stick? From that USB stick, either you can upload to that USB stick and take that particular data to another computer, or you can download the data whatever available on that USB stick to your laptop or to your desktop. Now same thing, if I tell you that the USB stick can be put on AWS Cloud, that is your Amazon S3 service, right? So let's say that you are here on your laptop or desktop and you want to store some files. You connect to internet and you connect to Amazon S3, AWS S3, and Amazon S3 is nothing but a huge hard disk. Consider it as a huge hard disk, and you store it in a folder, and the folder here is known as the bucket. So for example, you create some folder or directory in your Windows or Linux where you store your files. Similarly, the bucket is equivalent to the directory on your laptop, right? Then when you are storing, you can also download it from the bucket to your own computer. Simple as it is. So there are many properties of Amazon S3. For example, it can store 5 TBs of data. It has high durability. Durability means no data loss, and high availability means it is highly available. We have discussed highly available in our previous video lessons, so I won't go with that. So now I will give you a live demo and I will make it a bit of advanced this time so that you understand it much better. So let's go to our AWS account. Okay. So here I am logged into my AWS account and I will go to the service S3, right? Let's go here and see if there are any buckets already. No, there is no bucket. Let's create one bucket. Create bucket. Let's put it as SID lab 3, right? Remember, this particular bucket name should be unique globally because it's a global uh, resource and it should be unique across the AWS network. Hence, put it a very unique name which should be available for creation. So I won't do any other things here. I will leave as it is. Remember, I am not giving any public access. What is public access? We have already discussed it in our previous lesson. Public access means anybody can access this bucket from any laptop if they have internet connection, but I am not allowing it, right? So here it is. And default encryption, by default it is server-side encryption for S3, which is enabled, and all the things remains as it is. So I create bucket and I am able to see create my bucket, right? Now if I go inside that bucket, let's say here, I see there are no files here, right? So what I can do is I can upload some files here, or I can put some files here. So I will just do upload, then add files. I can put a file here, and I have put a PDF file here, right? So if I click this particular thing and I see like what are the permissions for this, all the properties and all these things I can see here, right? What is the storage class? All these things we will be going in details in subsequent chapters, but this is for your hands-on learning, how I created the file and other things. And this is what is our S3 storage. So this file is our content of the bucket named. What is our bucket named? Let's see, SidLab03. So I am here in SidLab03, which is actually the directory, or in AWS terms, it is known as the bucket, right? Now, I want to give access to this bucket to some of my users to read only, or to just list the bucket, and I can give it from this account because this account is my admin account, right? So let's go here and let's go inside the bucket. I will say there is no more object here, so I'll upload one file again, and I will do add files. Let me put this, and it's there. I have to put upload, right? Upload succeeded. Again, we can check the properties of the file and all these things, blah blah blah. So this is not required anymore, so I'll close this, and I will now give access to other things, right? Other account. So what I'll do is I am, then I'll go to IAM here. I will check the users. Let me see if this users is there. I will test the user here. And I have one policy already here, which I did earlier. I can create, first I will delete this policy. Let me remove this policy. And what I'll do is I can directly create one inline policy, right? So this is a bit advanced, which is not required for cloud practitioner thing, but it is very good details to know because you are actually diverging into cloud technologies. So it is a good to know. So what services we want here, because we are writing one policy. Let's say, yeah, this is our S3. And what do we want? We cannot give all actions. I want the user test to have list actions, and let me see the read actions, right? And that's it. I don't I give, for example, for this particular thing, I give for any bucket, right? And I will leave all the other things as it is. Done. I'll put the policy name as test policy 01, and I will create the policy, right? I can see this policy now. Now let's go to this particular user called test and see like what is the behavior of this particular policy, right? So I will log off from here and I will log into test one, right? Give me a second. So I am logged into my test account here, and let's go to our S3, and boom, you can see this SidLab03 is accessible to the account test. Now let me see if it has read permission. So yeah, so if I open this one, it will be able to read that particular PDF. So this was a bit advanced sort of thing, but it is always good to know that what is a policy, how it can be inline attached to a user, and all these things. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next chapter.